Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to today's free online lesson. Okay. Thank you for Jikas, Ivy, Nur Faradila, SS, Yalal, Syah WC, and Shaza for attending today's free online lesson. Okay. Before I start, I will share a poll here to study a little bit about your background so that in future we can have a lot more interesting free online lesson for you guys. Okay, I will end the poll now. So we have quite even number. We have architect, civil engineer, M&A engineer, manufacturer, and others. Okay, it's okay because AutoCAD is usable for everyone. Okay, and without further ado, let us start today's session of free online lesson. So my name is Muhammad Rashad Shafwan and I'm from Acadsystems. And for today, we'll be sharing about how to improve productivity with AutoCAD Dynamic Block. Okay. What we want is we want efficiency, faster and practical in our task or work. So why should you use Dynamic Block? Before that, what is Dynamic Block? So Dynamic Block basically is the same block, but you have the customized option and also some of the uh, tools you can use to edit your block directly without entering any block editor. Next, we can also reduce your block library size. Let's say you have a big project with a lot of blocks, maybe hundreds or more. Let's say you have the door. You have one panel door or two panel door. You can combine it into one single block, which is the dynamic block, but you can change. If you want to use the double panel or single panel, you can just choose from one simple dynamic block. Next, it is more faster and efficient for repeated process. If you are someone who do repeated process, you put a lot of same things and you have to copy, paste. So dynamic block is the one you need to know. First, the basic is how to create a block. You still use the same block method by clicking on the create block or just type block, and then you specify your base point, and then you select your objects and so on. Okay, so this is the dynamic block tools. First, on the left, we have our parameter here. Okay, we have our parameter here. We have point, linear. Also, we will be using rotation, alignment, flip, and visibility for today. Okay, so parameter and actions are actually like best friends. So when you create a parameter, you have to use the action also to create your dynamic block. So let's say you have the rotation here, you need to use the action of rotate here, or else it won't be a dynamic block. So now I will share my AutoCAD. Okay. Okay. Now we have quite a few here. So for today, I will be covering on the rotation, flip, alignment, position, stretch and array, and visibility. So first, I have this block here. So when I click on the properties, okay, you can see that type PR, click. Okay, you can see that it is block. So how to edit block, you can just double click or create on the block editor. It is the same. Okay. First, to create a dynamic block, you need to define your parameters and the action that you want to do. Okay, let's say I want to create a simple rotation action for these tools. If let's say I close this one first, before if we want to rotate this, we need to type rotate and then specify the base point and then rotate. Okay, with this, what we have to do is first we have to define the parameters. So what we will be using is the rotation here. Okay, just select the rotation and then specify the base point. Let's say just take around here, and then the radius or the diameter of this parameter, and then just ensure you select all of it. And then here you can see that it shows an angle here. Okay, so you can choose your angle. Let's say you have your blocks that sometimes it will be on the 180, and some other times you need to make it at 90. Okay, let's say you have just two angle, so you can just simply set your angle here. Okay, let's say this one I want to make it 360 or same with 0. Okay, and now you can see here it has a yellow exclamation mark here, and it say no action associated with the parameter. Okay, so this is the parameter just now. Okay, and also the action here. So basically, if you open your AutoCAD and you don't see this, okay, don't worry, because sometimes it will become like this. And if you want to show it and you want to make it go out, so you can go to here, block authoring palette. You can just click here, or you can type be auto palette. So when you click here, you can see it will show. And also, if you don't want to use this, okay, you can also use this part here from the action parameter. Okay, when you click, it's the same parameter here and also the action. Okay, next, moving on to the rotation here. We already set the parameter. Just click on rotate action and then select this parameter. Okay, oops, select rotate and then parameter. Okay, next it will ask you to select your object. Just select it. Okay, quite straightforward. And then we can test the block to see if there is any error. Okay, now we have our block here. So when we click, you can see we have this little bubble here, or we call it grip. We don't have to click rotate or anything. Okay, you can just simply click this. Okay, because this is on the test block, so I will see it on the model here. Okay, just click save. And then when you click here, you can see it can be changed just like that. Can be rotated. Okay. Next, we have our flip. Okay, for flip, same method, just double click. Okay. Oops. Just double click and then edit the block. Okay, for this one, what we will be using is this flip here. Okay, flip here basically it acts like a mirror. So you have to define your mirror plane here. Okay, flip state 1. For the vertical here, if you set the flip action here, when you click this, it will flip the vertically. Okay, and also another one. Okay, the middle here. Because this car is symmetry, so maybe it hard to see the difference if I flip left to right. Okay, so next for the action. Okay, just select flip and select the parameter. As usual, select the object. and enter. And also repeat one more time for the horizontal flip, okay, and just enter. Okay, and we can first test the block. Where's our car? Okay, there. So just click here, and when you click this one, you can see it automatically flip. So you don't have to use any other command, or maybe you want to flip, you have to use mirror command, and then you have to draw your mirror line. So with this, you just have to define once. Okay, you can see this because it is symmetry. So you just see it wobbling a little bit. Okay, while actually it flips on the middle plane. So just close. Okay, this is the test block, and then we are done with this. And also, if you notice here, we have this action box here. So if you associated any action on your parameter, so you will see this one action box here. Okay, if you have a lot of action, then your box will be longer. Then just close. Okay, and save. And just like we test, you can see it also in here in our model. Okay, next for alignment. Okay, let's change this a little bit. I want to make it a little bit slanted here. All right, this way. So if you want to make this here, let's say your method should be this. Okay, and then rotate. Oops. Or you can also use a line and you move here. Okay, why should you bother doing a lot of things? So what we can do, okay, it's same. We double click, but this time we will be using the parameter of alignment. Okay, for alignment, we have to select the base point. Okay, this base point is important as it will be the pivot where the block will be sticking on our another object. Okay, let's say I create just like that. Okay, and also for the alignment is spatial. As you can see, as I just put the alignment parameter, it doesn't show any exclamation mark. It means that this action is already complete. Okay, so when I close the block editor here and then just save the change, okay, you can see I can select it here. Okay, align block. When I select, you can see that it automatically align. Okay, you can also change if you want your align from the side. Okay, you can just add more. Okay, let's see. I want to add one more alignment here on the left side. Same thing, just select this and then save. Okay, you can select this one here. Oops. Now it will align to the side. If you select the back one, okay, I want to put in the room like this. Now it's easier. So that's what we want. We want to remove the time instead of doing a lot of things or unwanted commands. So instead, we can just simply create one parameter and action for the block, and we just simply reuse it. When, okay, let's say I insert the same, let's see where is, okay, this one, WB, the one I already edit just now. When I insert a new one, you can see it inherit the same parameter or the same dynamic characteristic. So you don't have to worry And also if you just copy, okay, copy and paste, it's still the same. So that's the powerfulness of this dynamic block. Okay, next we have the position tools. Okay, for the position tools, this is actually quite straightforward. Oops, just double click, edit. Okay, we have the 3-seater small sofa. Okay, for this point, and also this one is like the alignment where we don't have to uh, add the action here. Okay, okay, see this first. As the alignment before, when we select or we place the parameter, you cannot see the exclamation mark because it's complete. And with this, if you hover here, okay, you can see that no action associated with the parameter. Okay, but it's okay because this one will only be our picking point. Okay, let's say I want to add one more here. When we close the block editor and then save, okay, let's say I want to add, where are they? Okay, you have the 3-seater small sofa here. Okay, now, so this is the default insertion point that I choose when I create this block. But when I hit Control or press Control, you see that it changed the insertion point based on the point that I've placed on the dynamic block or the block editor. So it's easier. Let's say you want to snap it to your corner of the room. You can just select the corner insertion point. If you want it to be in the middle, you can also do the same. Basically, it improves your block by adding more insertion point. Let's say I want to this point to here. See, it's just that simple. Okay. So basically we already have rotation, flip, alignment, and position. Okay. For this part here, I want to combine two array. So don't worry. If you want to add more, you can just add more, whichever you want. Let's say you want to add the position here with the alignment. So it's up to you. It's up to your creativity. Okay. But the basic is there. Just combine and you can see and work with the parameter. Okay, let's say this one here, I want to put the spotlight, okay, across the room like this. So I just copy and then select this base point. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's so boring, right? Because we are doing the repetitive or the repeated things. So instead, okay, this one is the block. Just double click. Okay, we have the one lamp spot here. Okay, for this one, it is quite complicated a little bit because we want this bar here. Okay, we want this bar here to move, and also we want this spotlight here to move also. Okay, so first we just add linear parameter here, put to the middle point here, distance. Okay, now we have this. So I will create one more block to the right for the wipeout tools. Okay, just copy and then I will move it 50. Okay, why 50? Because my bar here is 50 unit. Okay, and then just combine it. Okay, and also I have to trim this one because if I don't, then I cannot use the wipeout. Okay, just join 3 object converted. Okay, then trim this first, join one more time. Okay, now it's a polyline. Okay, same thing here, just copy, then move the base point 50. Okay, now we have this one here. Just type wipe out, okay, so that our block doesn't overlap, and then just erase polyline here. Yes, repeat one more time for the bar. Yes. Okay, now you have this. You can see the difference. Here you can see the grid behind, and here you cannot. So just select this and then move this one to the wipeout block that we just create. Oops. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I will delete this distance. You can see that we have two grids here. I don't want my bar here to be left and right. I just want it to be um just one place. Okay, so just click linear back here, click the middle point. Okay, let's say I move this a little bit here. Okay, just click the middle point here to here, and then just pull down, and then the number of grid I want, just one. So you can see that only one grid here. So just select this, move this to here. Okay, okay, oops, forgot to select the parameter also. Okay, it's important because the parameter is like the one that makes it possible. So just move it back here first. Okay, now you can see our parameter and wipeout is already finished, but we still haven't add any action. So first we will add the stretch. First select the parameter here. Okay, and then specify the parameter association point here, and then stretch the corner. Okay, next is we select this object, because why? This is the point that we want to stretch. When you press enter, you can see that we have stretch here. So to test it, just click on the test block here. Okay, find your block, click, and then you can see this. Now our bar here will stretch when we pull it, but this is still not what I wanted, because I wanted this spotlight here to follow also. So just close this block. Okay, now we have our stretch here. So next, the action is array, which means I want this. Oops, first select the parameter, and then I want this object to move along the bar. Okay, and then just press enter, and also the distance between the column. Let's say the distance here to here is 25, but let's say I still want my spotlight here to be in the middle of each bar. Just enter the distance that you wanted, 50, and then you can see this action is complete. But okay, there's a lot of but here. Now your stretch here will be moving with your, oops, okay. Now you can see that your spotlight is following, but what I want is I want this to move in specific distance. Okay, I don't want it to be a random number. I want it to move in, let's say the length of this is 50, so I want it to move in 50. So just open the properties by selecting PR. Okay, and then select the parameter here, and then this is the important part here, the value set. So distance, this type is increment. Okay, by increment it means that it will increase based on the number here. Let's say put 50, and the minimum here is also 50. Okay, it's finished. Close. Now I can just close the block editor, save, and then you can see the magic here. Just pull it. Now, instead of making a repetitive process, you can just simply do like that. And also, for the connection here to here, it automatically trim. Okay, compared to this one where you just copy and paste block. Okay, now that is stretch and array. So moving on to the last one that I will share for today is visibility. Okay, visibility basically is we want to combine a lot of blocks into a single block. Let's say here I have this here is the wooden panel and I have the window here. Okay, so I just double click here, edit. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to click on the visibility here. Just click this one and then select here. Okay, now you can see that we have the visibility state 0. Just click on here. You can see this visibility state. Basically, this is like layer. Okay, let's say layer 0 because this is the basic, and then we can add layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. Why? Because I have 3 types of panel. So basically now you can see we are on the visibility number 3. Okay, what I want to do is just I want to insert the triple panel here. Okay, now just select here. Okay, now I want to make it center. Select here, control right click and choose mid between 2 points. Now you have in the middle. Okay, and then go back to the block editor and go to number 2. Okay, notice that you can see the behind here. You can also toggle it on and off. Okay, okay, you can click here. This one above the number 2, visibility mode. So you cannot see that. Okay, but I want to make all aligned. So just insert block. Okay, let's say right now we on the number 2. Just window to panel. Okay, snap here. Okay, then moving on to number 1. Insert single panel. Okay, now can just close this. Okay, and then just test this block to see. Okay, where is our block? Now it's here. Now it will be in default of layer 0. So just click and 1, it will change here like this, the single panel. Okay, 2 and 3. Okay, and also if you want to add, let's say you want to add the holder or the opener of this window, you can just draw. Okay, let's say I draw a simple rectangle here. Okay, now you can see that. Okay, go back to block editor. Okay, just use visibility mode. Okay, let's say I want just panel 1 and 2 to have. Okay, but when we go to panel 2, this is invisible. Just click this and then click here, make visible. So when we close and save, okay, now when we click here, 1 have this rectangle here, 2 also have, but 3 does not. So basically that is all on the dynamic block for today. Okay. And that's all for today. And if you have any question, okay, I will take around another 1 or 2 minutes, okay, before I end this session. So if you have any question, you can just ask on the comment, okay. And also I will be sharing another poll, okay. And before while I wait that, I will explain a little bit on our AutoCAD specialized toolset. So basically, if you buy the AutoCAD on PDMC collection or AEC collection, you will get access to full AutoCAD. Okay, what is full AutoCAD? You have the specialized toolset. If you are, let's say you are from architecture, you can use the architecture toolset. So basically, architecture toolset, you can just create wall with the command instead of you have to draw the line and offset and so on. Okay, and also the next one, you will get AutoCAD on any device. So you can use on your phone, you can use on your device, okay? And you can use on your tablet also. So with that, okay, I will end my poll here. Okay, and thank you for coming to today's free online lesson. And if you are coming in late, do not worry, because you can go to our YouTube channel. Okay, you can just go to this, just search Acadsystems Berhad on YouTube, and you can watch back our recording there. So stay safe and see you next time. Thank you for coming.